on Smite, Episode 8, recorded on June 21st, 2013.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I am Wes Wilson.
And I'm Eric Fullerton. And welcome to another episode of On Smite.
Gank!
And we've already got ganked.
We already got ganked.
So, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got a new god. We got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about. But first, what do we talk about?
We're going to talk about what we've been playing all week long.
Yeah.
We've been playing what we've learned and
Yes.
all that sort of goodness.
Yes. So, I've been playing Neath. I mean, I keep playing Neath, and I've been playing Hun Batz, the new monkey.
Yeah?
We'll talk specifics later. I have some issues, some things to talk about with that. I had some epic games, won a lot of games this week. I think I've won more games this week than lost. And that includes with friends, not just solo play. And luckily, I mean, that's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times we all get together and we lose, and it's not a good thing.
Maybe as more and more people are playing the game, they're able to kind of crank in or dial in the matchmaking system a little better.
Yeah. A lot of times this week we've been matched up with a lot of lobies. We'll play a
Is
game.
that why you've been winning all week?
Well, I don't know. We're all in the mid-20s or something like that. I don't even remember what my level is. I might be 22 or 23 or something like that. But anyway. But we've been paired up with a lot of level 8s and 9s and 7s and stuff. And it's weird. I mean, I guess I don't have an issue with that. It's cool.
It's better than what we usually get matched up with.
Yeah. So, yay for that.
Yay, we're screwing other people instead of getting screwed.
Yay.
But
Or maybe they just they're like, hey, they do that podcast. Let's go ahead and expressly put their names in here and group them with easy people so they win and don't complain again about the matchmaking system.
Yeah.
Could be.
So I guess one of the notable things that happened this week was I was in a game with some people, and somebody I joined solo. I think it was Conquest or something, or I don't remember. Anyway. Nobody said a word. Everybody's completely quiet, and I kind of like that when they just, shut up and play the game.
Maybe it was a bunch of people that you had put on your ignore list.
Well, okay, so I was kind of afraid of that because the only thing that was said was, "Oh my effing God, this guy won't shut up." And, some guy was complaining about some ghost. Nobody said a word. Nobody even responded to the guy yelling, but he was complaining that some guy was being an ass, I guess, but there were no signs of anybody. So I looked.
Maybe it's
through,
someone in his house.
but he's typing it.
Yeah, he wants y'all to know.
Weird.
Just in case he dies and quits all of a sudden, he's like, "It's this guy in my house. He just opened the door and started yelling at me."
Yeah.
Such a jerk.
I guess. So I looked at the I did tab and I looked to see if anybody was muted. Nobody's muted. I didn't recognize any name. Actually, I've only blocked 2 people, and if you listen to the previous episodes, you'll know who I blocked because I said it here. And neither of them were in a game, and it was kind of bizarre. So we just kept playing, and the guy, stopped complaining, and it was weird.
I have 9 people blocked.
9?
9, yeah.
Wow.
I haven't blocked anybody.
I will block people the drop of a hat. I'm too old and I don't need a certain spectrum of people in my life. I don't want to hear that again ever. So see ya.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
That makes sense.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are I probably won't even get grouped with them again anyway, but whatever.
Yeah. But that was basically it. I mean, I didn't run into any rude people this week, it was pretty tame. It was fun.
And you won more, so maybe those go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So foster this community of sharing and giving and killing.
Yes.
I actually had a fun game. I played a lot of ISIS this week, but I also played Loki a few times in Conquest and had a lot of fun with him again. He's always fun to play. But I also had a really good assault game where I got Sobek, and I was like, oh no, it's not Sobek, because I just remember playing him before and hating him.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Like, I kind of got his mechanics playing him this time, and it all just kind of gelled, and it was steamroll. I think that helps too, like when you steamroll a game.
It does.
Like, oh, okay.
It makes you want to play that god again, yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta weasel some more gems out from Gabe and see if I can get that pirate skin now, because that's like my favorite skin too. And I was like, oh man,
Are you listening, Gabe?
yeah. I sent him an email too. I was like, come on, gems, come on, let them rain. Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
there is this one little thing I want to buy too, and I'm like, oh, should I just wait?
and so that was cool. So I'll probably play more Sobek, because I actually think it would. Like Eric and I lane a lot in the right lane, and I do Isis, which is kind of a weird laning partner, I guess. Like a lot of times Isis is mid.
Yeah.
And so I think Sobek would actually go well with Neath over there. So
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Neath and Sobek.
Maybe we'll do that after the show. Do one.
Yeah, we lane this week, but you were who were you?
Was I Loki one of them? And Amir one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ymir and Loki, yeah. And then I was Neath, so I think it worked out pretty good both times.
Yeah. Amir's fun. I'm not a big on the tanks usually, but I'm getting to where I like them more, and just kind of play them for what they are. We actually just played a game before the show, and I got Arachne again, and I'm always like, oh, I hate Arachne. But I had fun with Arachne this time. Like, maybe because I was joking around and eating face. Like, I like eating face now.
Well, what's good is you had 3 tanks with you, so a lot of the attention got focused on other people. If Arachne gets attention, she dies quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So-
You know about dying a lot, right?
Yeah, I do actually.
I think we all do. Anyway, that's pretty much my week. How about you, Wesley?
Well, I didn't get to play much this week, but I did some more Poseidon. I did some more Aphrodite. And then before the show, we did a game of Assault, and I got Bacchus. And man, Bacchus is so much fun. I think, and plus, there's not a tank that I really play all that much. So I think I might pick up Bacchus for a while and see if I can't get better with him and start being tanky when people are interested in a tank and don't want to play one. So
Sounds good. Big
Oh, yeah.
fat drunky, and then with the monkey, and it all rhymes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kinda.
And his new voice pack is pretty awesome too. If you like Bacchus, you should get the voice pack.
Do you think they should have double up that voice pack for Hebo and make a new skin called like Hobo?
Yeah, well, that'd be good. I like that. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Is he surfing around like on a trash can that spills water out or something?
There you
Swinging
go.
around a bottle in a brown bag.
Yeah. Throws it at you. In our box? He's just riding around in a box, his home?
A wine
So
box.
sad. It's horrible.
That's
Shouldn't
horrible.
talk like that. Anyway, let's give away something.
Okay.
So you know how this goes. If you follow us each week and you're in the chat room, you need to be a sub to us on our Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/deadworkersparty. And I've got this cool little Twitch app that I just hit refresh that updates all the people. And then I roll the dice. And this is, we're actually giving away, Athena unlock, I believe. It's our last one. So
Yeah, Athena.
we'll have to beg Gabe for some, maybe we can get some Hun Batz codes to give away or something.
Hun Batz. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, sorry you're not following us. So let's do this again. You are following us, B MacBook.
B MacBook.
So I'm sending you
Yeah.
a message right now with your unlock code, and thank you for subbing to us. We definitely appreciate that.
We are sending you a message in a bottle. Yeah. Cool. Congrats. And if you can't use the code, just let us know. We'll give it to somebody else.
We are a green podcast, so we will recycle. Truth in advertising. So we got not a ton of news this week, but there was a patch. So let's
This is
do
an excellent
our
patch.
Smite news.
Smart news.
It's horrible. It's so funny. He hates it on the other show, but he loves it on
you
this
know.
one.
In
So-
the news this week.
The big news is they took a god and they kicked him in the Johnny and threw him out of the game.
Kicked him in the monkey butt.
And they brought in this new god, Hun Batz. Is that the right way to say it? Hun Batz.
Hun Batz.
Hun Batz. Hun Batz.
Hun Batz.
Is this a Mayan god?
Yes.
Yes, a Mayan monkey
He is
god.
a Mayan monkey god. Yep.
And
So-
okay, go on.
Well, basically, they said that Sun Wukong, the old monkey, is going to return to the game at a later date, which is, I think, is weird. But we don't really have a lot of detail on that. So we're gonna end up with 2 monkey gods. It's weird.
Well, I mean, that's not. There's, we've got 2 thunder gods in the game. We've got, I mean, that it's not that weird to have, 2 of something. But it is kind of strange that they basically just took some of Sun Wukong's powers, gave them to Hun Batz, and kicked Sun Wukong out of the game.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
a way to like kind of beta test it? Like switching up a god, changing all his powers around could make people mad, right? Like he's your favorite god. But if they
Yeah.
go, oh no, this is a new god with similar powers, we're going to redo Sun Wukong and make him better. So you're going to love him when he comes back. But for now, why don't you try out this new one? He'll be fun and jump around like a monkey.
Yeah. Actually, you might be right.
Brilliant.
Because I was a big fan of the previous monkey. And I used him quite a lot, and I really like him a lot. And when I saw this, at first, I was kind of worried, but then to find out that it's basically the same with a different ult, and then, a teleport with the 3, and we'll talk about that in a second. But basically, I'm happy, and it kind of feels fresh and new and very cool. And I'm still finding cool combos and different situations on when to use my monkey ult.
And I didn't play the old one, so I didn't really care.
Okay.
I loved him, and I thought he was awesome. This is what I suspect. I suspect they said, let's put some more Mayan gods in here. Mayan gods are cool. And they said, who could we do? And they said, well, there's this guy, Hun Batz, and he's a monkey god. They're like, well, we've already got a monkey god. And they thought, well, let's brainstorm some other powers for him. And so they went and started thinking about powers, and all the ones they thought of fit the character of Sun Wukong better than Hun Batz.
Oh, I
So
see.
they said, why don't we take these 2 monkey gods and re-divvy out their powers? And we'll take the things that seem like they work with Hun Batz and put them with him, and take the new powers we're doing and we'll give them to Sun Wukong later.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
That's my thought. That's my estimate on what happened.
Yeah. Well,
It could be a winner.
yeah, could be. So basically, the basic is kind of cool because it says using the ability, the basic attack, within the next 5 seconds, additional physical damage is done. So you use it and then you get this extra damage, and it says the effect can only apply once every 2 seconds. So it's 25 damage, which is cool. It's a passive effect. It's kind of like what Isis has, right? I forget exactly, but it's like
Well, she gets the HP5 and the MP5 for,
the aura thing.
well, basically for every person she sees die.
Oh, I meant her basic attack. You know how she fires,
Oh,
fires,
yeah,
fires,
yeah,
and then does the
yeah,
big
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
So that's different from the old monkey. He also does a somersault. I'm pretty sure that's the same, except for this one slows the opponent down by 50%. I don't remember if the previous one did that, but it doesn't matter. This is what it does. It gives us slow as well, so you can pounce in and slow him down. And then the 3 does a throws the monkey, right? Yeah, you throw the monkey out, and I like that. I mean, I was happy that they have the monkey that you can throw out. Hits all the dudes, ding, 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 ding. And if the last hit is a god, then you're teleported to the god. So say there's only a god in front of you. There's nobody else. It's just you and a god. And you throw that monkey at them. It will hit them first. And since it hit them first and there's nowhere else to go, it's technically hitting them last. and then you will be
That's
teleported
sound
to
logic
them.
there.
Well, I've done this. This is what I'm saying. It's
Oh,
not
no, I'm saying
speculation.
it's sound logic.
Oh, that didn't work with me at all.
No? Well, it
No.
happened to me, and I like it because knowing that that's going to happen, you can get into somebody's face as they're running away, or you can catch up with them. Or I've done this in Arena, and it's excellent. Are you saying that didn't happen for you?
No, because I played Joust with a bot, and when it was just Raw standing there, and I would use it on him, it would hit him once, and I would not teleport to him.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now we have conflicting things. Well, let me try this again. You know, Hun Batz just came out like yesterday or 2 days ago. I could have sworn this happened for me, but the teleport has actually happened so fast that sometimes you're kind of unsure as to what happened. You know, I mean, if you're in an arena and you just throw it out into the wild and all of a sudden you're teleported and you're like, oh my God, where am I? So it's a little jolting unless you expect it and know what you're doing. So it could be a bad thing if you are running home and you turn around and throw a monkey and you expecting to keep running and you're anyway. So let me, I'm gonna keep playing monkey this week and I'll make sure. But I could have swore that's what happened. If you're
Well, we can just run one after the show real quick in a joust and see what it does.
Yeah.
But like people in the chat are saying that it has to hit the fourth god basically. But the text of it reads last god, so
yeah,
it's
well,
conflicting, confusing.
I could
We
be
need
wrong.
to try it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
And the last, they're ulting.
Yeah, fear no evil. This is a totem that you put on the ground and you ward off everybody else. Basically, you're fearing everybody, so it does damage in an area effect, and then they're all feared and they run away from the totem, which is the center point of the AOE circle that you put down. So they're all feared, so you lose control of your character. So I've used this ult and I've had the ult used on me, and you do lose control and you walk kind of like an
And it
Athena
teleports you
kinda
to the
thing.
god.
No.
Just kidding.
So again, with with ice or with Athena, we're seeing a lot more losing control of your character mechanics.
I'm not a big favor of those mechanics personally.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so here's a couple of scenarios that I used the monkey ult with is once I was running home in an arena, I was running back to my base to get health. I was real low health and had a bunch of people behind me running after me. I had my ult open, so I looked straight down, popped it, and just kept on running. So the people that were behind me lose control, and now they can't catch up with me, and I'm back in the base, and everything's cool. It's a
Right.
kind of a crappy way to use your ult, but you can get away, right? So it's a flee method.
Yeah, I hate using ults to flee, but sometimes you have to. I mean,
Yeah, in that case, I popped it, and I was like, okay, so it saved me a life. It saved our team, 5 points or whatever. So also, another really interesting thing is this week, I was teamed up with Hades, and Hades would do his ult, sucking them in. Now, of course, when you're sucked into Hades, the thing you should do is you should look at Hades right in the eye and smack him.
stab him in
Right?
the face.
Keep hitting him. Don't try to run away. Just keep hitting him, right? So when you throw a totem right on Hades as he's sucking them in, the monkey's actually pushing them out, and they lose control of their character. So they're getting sucked in, and they're taking damage, and they're getting pushed out, and they're taking damage, and it's really weird,
Yeah.
but kind of cool. So anyway, so I'm playing around with cool different situations with that. So I dig it. It's pretty cool.
I dig it.
Anything
Okay,
else
so
on
that's
that?
the
Is that cool?
new Hun Batz.
Yeah,
I haven't played him yet, so I can't really talk about any of this.
yeah.
So
You can check
I'll
them out
see.
this week. New skins.
They've got they've updated the joust map. I didn't get a chance to play it either. Like I don't
So
joust
good.
much. Like do y'all like?
Well, I had to
stopped
do
really
the
doing-
practice. I had to do the practice and fight raw just to see the new area. And man, it is impressive.
Pretty good.
I love it. It is. It's like so many more polygons. It's like trees and vines everywhere, and different color, different look. It's very kind of dark and moody, but more, I don't know, majestic and more medieval looking or something.
Yeah.
Castles and super cool. I can't wait until they revamp Arena. Like after going from Joust to Arena looks like I don't know, something from like a decade ago. Like it's so clean and simple, and like there's just not much going on as opposed to Joust.
I saw the video of the side by side, and it looked really good. So I can't wait to.
Oh, cool! I haven't
play
seen that.
some
I
of
want to
it.
look at that.
Yeah, and also they say they're going to revamp all of the maps.
Yeah, that's really a good idea, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of stay with the times. You know, they've been beta a while, so why not revamp some of this stuff?
Yeah.
I used to do like the 1v1 every day to get that extra 100 for getting the game of
The game of the day. Yeah.
each game a win. And then I was talking to Zillith at work, and he was like, well, like, so you get 100 favor, and so why are you doing that every day? Like, why not just play the ones you really want to play? Because what's 100 favor, right?
Yeah, I do that too. It feels like a more of a completist kind of thing. Like, get a check mark next to all of them, and you feel better.
Yeah, like, but I wonder if it needs to give a little more incentive, like enough to really kind of want you to play each map every day.
What if they gave gems? Not a full gem, a 1/10 of a gem, right? So every 10 times you get one gem, right? I mean, if you start throwing out gems,
Or what if
right?
you complete them all, you get one gem
Oh, if you get them all
in a day?
and that might take a while.
And that means that only in like 8 months you could buy one alternate skin.
Yeah, or pony up the cash, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
pony
this
up the
is
cash.
a poor man's way of getting gems.
Yeah. I want maybe a fruit basket. If I complete them all in a day,
Throw one of those in
Mail
there.
me a fruit basket. Make sure it has pineapples.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of pineapples.
but they're pretty.
Whatever. So new maps. That's awesome. New skins.
Apollo got his golden skin, and Hun Batz, of course, he's new, so he got some skins. But if you bought the red demon, then you'll get to keep that for free, which is the red one. That's not the one I really liked was the third one. I forget what it's called, but anyway, new voice packs. The monkey. You can hear what the monkey sounds like when he says gank and stuff. Also, on her got one, and Bacchus. I've been waiting for this voice pack since I started playing the game, or since I saw.
How much do you play Bacchus?
Well, I don't, but like an old drunk man, like it just seems fun, right? Like,
well, I
he's
guess
like
it's flavor in the game. Like you don't have to play him to hear it.
Right,
Hopefully,
right.
whoever's playing him has bought it.
Yeah.
Like, please buy it.
yeah, please, I want to hear.
Don't play him if
the
you don't
drunk
have
man.
the voice pack.
Yeah, I think it's great. If I played Bacchus more, I would totally get that. Somebody liked. Was it you, Wes?
Yeah.
You've been liking Bacchus lately, huh?
Yeah. I think I might actually start playing him more.
And get that voice back.
I will. It's a deal.
It's a deal. And so there's a lot of notes here. They redid the UI, which is excellent.
Yeah.
By the way, you can now at a glance see the cooldowns of people dying and their health, all from the screen. You don't have to hit tab anymore.
Yeah.
They put the stats and the equipment down in the left corner and right corner.
And what's funny is, and this is how and this is my reason why I think they actually did a good job with this, is after I played like the first couple matches, the first day of the patch, Nivik Ayers was like, "How'd you like the new UI?" And I was like, "What new UI?" Like I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. Like when you're playing a game like this, to not notice it. And now, after he said that, of course I see the differences. Immediately.
Once you look, yeah.
But to pull it out of your face so completely is awesome.
Yeah. And I was mostly impressed that they didn't just rearrange stuff and reskin stuff. They're giving you more information now, because you can see your teammates, and you can see your team kills and the enemy's kills, and you can see how many towers are remaining, how many phoenixes, all this stuff from like just looking up. I don't know. I think they did a really good job. They made the UI darker, which I don't know. I could go both ways. I like the bright one, but I like the dark one too. That's cool. Whatever. They got rid of the U's. In one of the previous episodes, we were like, why is there a U there? For the ult, like if your teammate's ult is up, we're like, we know it's an ult. You don't have to put U, right? Well, they got rid of the U. and they have little gems or something that pop up.
So you say they're listening to the show.
Well, the one thing that I was asking for was a countdown, so you could see the cooldown of your teammates' ults.
Right.
But that's not there.
Yeah, and that may be a game design decision.
Yeah.
You know.
Might be too busy, or I don't
Or they said, "No, we're only going to give him one of his things. No more you."
yeah.
That's what you get, Eric.
One at a
If
time.
you wanted one thing in the game, that's it. Never, nothing more, ever again
No more.
from Eric. Ever.
Also, they redid the store, so you have a tiered. Your items are tiered, so when you buy a boot, you can go along a different route. You know, I mean, you can get crit on it or physical protection or whatever. That's cool. And let's see.
Well, and it's so basically it's the same basic stats usually, but it's that kind of active stat is changed a little differently.
Yeah.
Usually it's down the same vein of whatever the boots are, but you know, maybe it's penetration versus crits,
Right.
You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
There were a lot of changes to all the classes, but honestly, I only want to mention one that most affects me, which is Neath. So they nerfed the broken weaves. They only last a minute instead of 2 like they used to. And I always kind of felt like they didn't last long enough back then, and now they only last a minute. So I don't know. Like, was it overpowered because they were there for so long, for 2 minutes? I don't know. I don't understand. But so now when I put one down, I have to really think about using it rather than I'll just lay it over here in case I need it later. It's more like lay it down and use it and be conscious of it like now. So I don't know. It's to me, I feel like it's a nerf.
Is it the thing that kind of works as a ward too?
Yeah.
Okay, and I think maybe that's why they did it. I think people were using them as wards a lot, and instead they want you to
shooting them.
use wards, right?
Yeah.
So it was really an extra boost for her not having to buy wards. That saves gold, 75 gold a ward. They also have the Sentry ward now that is a lot shorter duration, but you can see the other team's wards with it. So
That's interesting.
now you can kill their wards, right?
Yeah.
And lose
Does it
gold.
make them attackable when you can see them?
I don't know for sure. I kind of assumed it.
Yeah.
Just because that's how LoL works. League of Legends. Also, in League of Legends, if you kill their ward, you got like 25 gold. So it was like not only a loss to them, their 75 gold, you also made a little gold. So it made it, it's like if you were correct in your placement of that totem, you got a little bit of your money back.
Oh, I like that.
So I'm not even saying that's how it works because it probably doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But something to try out.
The other thing they did to Neath was they gave you a new, what is it called? World Weaver, which is the sniping, which is Neath's ult. So you hit 4 and you go to aim, and it was always kind of weird to. Basically, you couldn't really discern like who you're aiming at. All it does is just highlights an enemy far off, and you just have to hope for the best. Well, now it pops up like their health and their face, like their icon and who they are, so you can clearly know who you're aiming at, who's being targeted at the second. And when you hit them, if you kill them, you hear a sound. It's like a confirmation. So I really like that. Before I was missing and I had no idea. I don't know, maybe he's stunned. Maybe he's dead. Well, actually, if he's dead, but basically there's a good confirmation. So in a sense, they nerfed her, but they brought that up, and that's an awesome ult now, and it feels solid. So also, what about it, Wes? They nerfed Poseidon a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that in this last game that I played. I usually, the Whirlpool doesn't do much damage, at all. The only thing it's really good for is inhibiting movement through certain areas.
Yeah.
And I noticed that as I was chasing after people that were fleeing from us in this arena game, I would throw the Whirlpools on them, and it would barely slow them down at all.
Yeah. So it pulls them in slightly less, or the force is slightly less, or whatever.
The force is weaker in this one.
Yeah, they've altered physics.
And time, the time continuum itself.
Not yet. That's Chrono's job.
Well, no, they did a time warp back to when Sun Wukong was Hun Batz.
Let's do.
Huh?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Whatever. So that brings us to, I mean, that's about all the news this week, right?
Did any of your characters get buffed?
Loki
or
got
nerfed?
a physical appearance change, but I always play with the green one, so I haven't really noticed what the changes are so much. I think what they did is they imposed my face on him. I think if you look really closely,
It's old Brent face.
I'm not positive, so don't take my word for it. But
Sounds
anyway,
legit.
so let's see how the Hawks are doing.
Hugging in money.
Hey, Huggin, what's up? Nothing munnin', nothing much munnin'. Is that how they talk?
Beautiful.
So let's see. This week, the first one here says, "Dear Dead Workers Party, how do you see an eventual arrival of Smite on the Steam platform, and how would it coexist with Dota 2, considering the latter generates a considerate and constant amount of revenue, thanks to the in-game store and the Steam community market? Do you think Valve would block the submission of the game in order to limit the competition? Was there ever a precedent in which Valve deliberately prevented a game from being published on Steam? I think it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Thank you for seeing the Bagel song last week. It made my fiance laugh. Thank you for your time, Emmanuel Link Z."
I do not think that Valve is afraid of competition.
Yeah.
I think that they feel, I mean, I don't think that they're worried about competition against Dota 2.
Well, is there talk about Smite going to Steam? Like,
No.
Is Tribes on Steam? Is Global Agenda on Steam? I mean,
Yes,
those are their two
Tribes
other-
and Global Agenda was on Steam, and I think now you got me confused.
Tribes Ascend is on Steam.
Okay, so that's a precedent there for them doing that. So, I mean, that'd be cool. I would like to see Smite on Steam.
Oh,
I
I'd
think
love
it'd bring
it.
a lot of people in the community. We have a Dead Workers Party group on there that everybody can join up, so we know when people are playing. It's like, come on over and play some
Steam
Smite,
group.
things like that. So I think that'd be great. I agree with Wes. I don't think Valve's not really scared of competition so much.
I mean, you've got Awesome Knots that's on. That's a MOBA that's on there. I don't know. Bloodline Champions. I think that might be on Steam, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Monday Night Combat is a MOBA and it's on Steam. So I don't know.
Monday Night Combat is a MOBA?
It's kind of like a MOBA.
In the same realm that
without
like Zelda
minions.
is a MOBA.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
I never really
Adventure.
thought about that. I remember playing that long ago,
Yeah.
but I never.
So yeah, I mean, doesn't Steam get some sort of piece of the pie if you're on there?
I don't know for
Steam?
sure, but I would have to. I would have to guess they do.
I don't know how all that works, especially with it being a free to play game, because people,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to give you money every time someone bought the game for free. But
Right.
hopefully we'll see some Smite achievements, because that would be a great way to keep the On the Eighth Day alive.
Oh, the achievement.
What achievement would you like to see in the game?
It's cheesy, but I like the F12, the taking a snapshot and having a screenshot saved to your Steam cloud. I know it's cheese, but
Then you don't have to pull out your iPhone and do it.
Well, yeah.
After every game, he pulls it out. Snap.
Well, it'd just be nice to just snap it. It's already in your thing, and I don't know.
And it does it automatically if you
Yeah,
want,
it's quick and easy. I like doing that in TF2 and other Steam games, but plus, obviously, like other people outside can see that you're playing Smite and be like, I want to play. And then more people will listen to this show, maybe.
Yeah. This next one, well, yeah, we got maybe some crossover from Control Point days.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, so this next one says, "Hey guys, I remember you talking about people you hate in Smite. There was this guy in the game being all like noob Anubis to me and saying always retreat, and well, in the end I was like, I can't play because I don't know if I'm doing good anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of people who do that, and I don't get it. Why do people do that? By the way, keep up the great work. Love the show. P.S. Brent, Eric, Wes, why accept my party invites? See how the inflection changes that whole sentence?
Wes about it. I don't know why Wes doesn't.
Yeah, that's weird, Wes. No, personally, I don't normally accept mini invites. I mean, I'm just
If
usually
somebody just
not
throws
there.
Yeah.
Usually I leave the game up, and I come back and I have all these messages, and I probably just don't even see your invite.
Yeah, I don't really remember any time I'll see something just pop up out of the blue. Usually somebody will talk to me first and go, "Hey, man, I listen to this show. I like it a lot." I'm like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" Or they'll ask me, "You want to jump into Arena?" And I always say, "Yeah." I mean, there's never really a time I would ever be like, "No, I want to be alone. Leave me alone."
Yeah.
I mean, so
except for when it's Turbo Ninja.
Yeah. But in between games, if I'm in a lobby, that probably means if I'm in a lobby for more than like a minute or two, then yeah, I'm away from the computer. I took a break because I probably won, and I'm out in the streets yelling and screaming and telling everybody how awesome I am. So anyway, but yeah, Turbo Ninja, if I see you, just toss me a message, and say.
Yeah, call him on the phone. His phone number is 256-615-4322.
Yeah, leave a voicemail.
Okay, so yeah, that was Hugging and Munnin'.
And now it is On the Eighth Awesome.
Okay, so I had an idea. It's one I've been forgetting to say like over and over again.
I love
think
ideas.
I've talked to y'all about it.
Okay.
But a new god that they need to add to the game,
Dracula.
Hugging and Munnin'.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it would make sense in our show, right? If this is here. But okay, so you'd have Hugging and Munnin', and it's kind of like a hell mechanic, right? You start off as hugging, because he's the first one.
Yeah.
And then you can switch between Hugging and Munnin', and they have like different powers depending on which one you are.
Yeah. So one would fly away, like caw caw, and then the other one swoop in or something.
Yeah, I don't want to go that far yet on what the abilities, because I'd do stupid stuff like drop mailbags on people, and I don't think they want that. So
Yeah.
just give them the idea that'd be awesome. It's.
I would love to play a bird god. That'd be cool. Are they actually gods though? I mean, they're birds of gods.
Bird of prey. I don't know. That was Wes's thing.
Yeah.
Are they gods, Wes?
No.
Whenever someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. Come on.
Say yes.
You didn't ask if I was a god. You asked if they were gods.
Oh, okay. That's true. You got me there.
Yeah. So Hugging and Munnin'.
So I don't know. I don't really consider Hercules a god.
No?
He's a demigod.
He's a demigod.
Yeah.
He's half god.
Yeah, but he's still a god. He's a god. He's just a demigod.
Freaking Kevin Sorbo.
Doesn't that mean like half god?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or
like,
it means a lesser god.
Like Tabitha.
Well, yeah.
Stevens.
Unless, so, like, if you're in a competition with a bunch of gods and they're like, there's Hercules, he's kind of a god.
But if you're half god, I would say you're god. Like if you have a little bit of god, like Tabitha Stevens.
But you're
right?
always on the
She was
bottom of
half
the rung,
witch.
right?
Like if you have a little witch in you, just say you're a witch. Don't say you're half witch.
Yeah, she was still a sucky witch, though, right? Compared to real witches.
Well, she's a little kid. I don't know.
Oh, that's
she might
right.
have grown up.
You're talking about the okay.
Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha. More references no one will get. No one at all.
Yeah.
But so I think maybe putting in the birds of the gods would fit just as well as Hercules, the kind of god.
Okay. Meh.
Come on, you put it in the show. Give us one.
Yeah, for what I don't know.
They already removed the U's. I don't think they're going to put in some birds.
The bird of prey. They may.
They may not.
What if? Okay. Then let's move on to this one. A new skin, right? For Hades, it would be the Brother Bob skull. Could you imagine that thing coming at you? I would be terrified. Like, oh my god!
A big old skull face. That would be cool. A big skull head. Like Ghost Rider or something.
Okay, so let's how about we take a call in?
Love it.
Call in. Here we go.
Hey guys, just wanted to call in and give you a few ideas and just tell you how much I wanted to thank you for getting me into the game of Smite. It's so much fun, so great. I'd love to play with you sometime. But the only idea I have for Smite is nerf the new monkey. The new monkey's ridiculously overpowered. He two-hit me in an arena game. He just needs to be nerfed. But thanks for putting on the great podcast. Thanks for telling me about the game. And good fortune to you all.
Nice.
Nice. I didn't catch a name there, so if folks call in, to be sure to leave your handle. Maybe say, "Hey, invite me, put me on your friends list."
Yeah,
send me free gems.
He did say hi to me in a game once this week and said, "Oh, it was SMFC Bow." Wow, that's a lot of consonants.
So SMFC Bow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's right. He said hi to me this week, and I was in the middle of a game, but he was like, "Hey, hit me up, and we'll play a game." I actually didn't. I think after the game, I got sidetracked and walked off or something. But anyway,
Curses!
and he was like, "Yeah, I left voicemail." And anyway, so
Very
you're the
cool.
first one to leave voicemail on the show. So hopefully other people will follow and do that. So. And then he said he cried, so sorry. But anyway, he's on my friends list, so if you see me on, to say hi, or any of us, and definitely give us a ring and all that stuff. So yeah,
Okay, so we got more mail here.
more mail.
You want to read this one, Wes?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Yo, Smiters, I would like for the kill and assist mechanic and detection to be done a little differently, as opposed to the last hitter getting the kill right now. Now, certainly, when ganking, especially, the last hitter is the one that deserves the kill, but in certain things like arena or assault, I feel like the last hitter, while sometimes certainly deserves it, often does not. I would like for the detection too, ticking away, say, every 2 seconds, keep track of which player dealt the most damage to the enemy god during that particular tick until they die. This way, if you're in a team fight and 4 people are attacking the same god at the same time, and they kill him quickly, the one that dealt the most damage will get the kill. I feel like this will allow for a fairer distribution of kills and shut up people that scream kills that scream KS.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nivicaris. I am opposed to this. There are certain gods who do more burst damage.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it can't be a damage detector.
yeah, it just doesn't seem logical to me, you know?
What if? Because I kind of agree to you. I think there's a whole kind of side to this. What about tanks? What about supports? You know, they're doing just as much in the game to help the carries kill people, but carries
Yeah.
are inevitably going to have more kills because that's their goal. That's your job in the game, is to kill people, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's something where they change it to kills and assists as one category. And so it kind of does that same thing, gets rid of people worrying about kill stealing. It's like, okay, we both got the kill and assist. Bam.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work. It's just kind of a thought
Yeah.
thrown out there. But
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I kind of worry about it. Like, I'll get a kill, and sometimes I feel like I didn't earn it because, like, somebody was next to me just going to town on it, and I walk in as Neath, and I'm like, pop, 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 and they're dead.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I'm always thinking, oh, the other guy probably hates me.
well, and
you
that's
know?
her mechanic, right? It's, Wes shouting across the map, hey, grab so-and-so. And you're like, bam.
Yeah.
And you're getting the kill, but it's still teamwork. Like, I think people need
Yeah.
to take focus off of the fact that someone has more kills, because your job just may not be to get more kills. Now, if you're the carry and you're not getting the kills, well, then you're just sucking anyway. So,
Yeah. Well,
LTP,
LTP.
learn to play.
Learn to
Is
play.
that
That's
wrong?
right.
No,
And
it's
I
good.
think ultimately what wins is the game mechanics. You're playing the game. The game figures out who gets what. Nobody's cheating here. Nobody's stealing anything. The game decides.
Oh, no, some people are kill
Right?
stealing.
Well, like,
I mean, that is a thing. I mean, there's, especially, you'll play in a game where you're playing with someone you don't know, and you're gunning someone down. You've taken them down to 3%, and they're running, and you've got one hit coming in here. Loki comes in, dead, and it's a kill. Loki's getting the gold and the experience for that kill. The most of it, right?
Yeah.
So That's if he's not helping spread that out or something else, then that could be a detriment to a game.
Yeah.
Like if one carry has all the kills, that's not good. You want to have them split up so everybody's moving up. Because
So
once someone
everybody can
fills
move
up
up,
their
right.
full build, all they're buying is potions. They can't give you gold, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But
So they should sit back and let you finish them off, right?
if you're gonna secure the kill, I mean it's all based on, are you the carry? Like say Neith is kind of a carry.
Yeah, she's
right?
a carry, yeah.
So if like Loki's stealing kills from you, do you have a lot of kills already and he doesn't? Well, then that may be a good thing.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have many kills and he's got like 20 because he's been going around and getting that last hit?
Yeah.
Jungling or something, and you just going lanes to lanes and still, KSing. So it is
Okay,
a thing.
I
It
see
may not
that.
be
I
a huge
understand
thing
that.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And usually it's a jerk face doing it anyway, and some people may not be doing it on purpose. So there's so
Yeah.
much around that, but it is a thing.
Okay. Yeah. I see that. I mean, the only time I was worried was like when me and my laning partner are, attack. Like we're working together, and sometimes somebody else will, he'll get a kill when I feel like I should have got it. But we're laning partners. It's not like somebody just jungled and jumped in and ganked and took it and ran.
Right.
Right. So it's not really kill stealing when you're.
Yeah, and
teaming.
sometimes like when we're playing, like I could care less who gets the kill.
Yeah.
Like we're just having fun killing stuff.
We're
blah,
pushing
blah,
the
blah.
lane, having a good time. Yeah.
But if we were like playing ranked, I need to be, if I'm your carry or if I'm your support in your lane, I need to be basically feeding you kills. That's my job.
right.
Is to get you fed so you're level 20 and they're level 15, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And geared up.
Right. Right.
So, and I think that's something that people maybe don't realize and just don't even know about. Like, why would you even, like it doesn't say it anywhere in the rules, right?
Right.
It's just game mechanics and how they end up being once you get, leveled up.
Yeah. The more you play, the more you know. The more you know.
So I don't know if we answered that question fully.
I don't know. But Nivicaris is an old friend of ours, and we got to play with him this week, and he's pretty good with Arachne. Pretty good guy.
Yes.
So we got more?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's just... What?
Right.
Yeah.
Tick up.
Oh.
Boop. Hugging and munning.
Be right back.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, here's a submission for the show if you like it. Threadlock did not read version. The game needs to have an automatic B return when a player goes idle or gets disconnected for a certain length of time. And this is from Ragan Charan.
Oh, yeah. Raging Charon. Rang Karen.
Now, they have this in LoL, and I kind of agree because... when you log back in, like say if you get kicked out or whatever, you're back at the teleport pad, because you've turned around and you've run home.
Yeah.
Or it may be you back. I don't know because I'm always lagged out or gone when it happens.
Right.
But all I know is I'm not sitting out in the middle of nowhere just fodder for someone else. Like the guy lagging out you were playing, it's like a free kill, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like if they're in the middle of a fight, no, you don't get to go back. 'cause
Yeah,
people did
I
with
love
their
that.
speed.
So basically, I was playing this week, and some guy just like stood still, like all this time. He'd run down the lane and just stop, and I'd walk up to him and stun him and shoot him a couple times, and he's still standing there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening here? But actually, later, I think I found out that he was typing. He was yelling at a teammate the whole time. He was screaming his head
Then
off.
he deserved it.
Because in the lobby later on, we found out that guy was an ass to his teammates, and I was like, oh, that's why he just stopped, and he's like a zombie.
Jeremy.
Anyway.
But you don't think that's a good idea, Wes?
I don't know. It seems kind of weird, but I guess if they do it in other games and it works well, okay.
I mean, my thing is, if you're in combat or something, then no. I mean, that's like
Right.
an old school, like the
Yeah.
games where stuff like that happened. You'd be like, plug pull, I'm
Yeah.
safe.
I think it's
Yeah.
a good safety mechanic just to save you and your teammates, and yeah, I'm for that. I don't know. It's got to be a good length of time though. It can't be like like 2 seconds or something. It's got to be like I'd say like half a minute or something. Really make sure, right? I don't know. That's a good idea.
Okay,
Next.
last one. Munnin just dropped it in my lab here. Says, My other idea, because they sent one in last week too, is a little more unique. This is from Mr. Ison. It is to have a 3-lane King of the Hill style game. There would be a hill in the middle of each lane like Domination. However, it would be different than Domination in that there are no towers except for at the bases. So it's just the gods and minions fighting. Only 1 or 2 of the hills would be active at any given time. You would get points for standing on the active hills. The more players, the more points. If an enemy was standing there, they would also get points. Also, every set amount of times, say 1 to 2 minutes, the active hill would switch to a different lane. Or every set amount of time, it would switch between having 1 hill in the middle and then 2 hills left and right.
Oh, weird.
This would add an interesting element of strategy. This is just one possible version of this idea, and I would love to hear your thoughts and other ideas. Love the show. Keep up the awesome podcasting, Mr. Ison.
It's kind of cool. I like that. I think most importantly, I just like to see more game modes, more maps, more variety as a whole. But I like that. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I can't really take in the mechanics that he said in my brain right now just because I was reading it at the same time. I don't comprehend that
You had
well.
to draw it out on a whiteboard.
need it
I
on
see it's like
Audible.
alternating capture points, basically moving and changing. But I mean, it's cool. I just say, give us more.
Yeah. More game modes good.
Yeah, give us like 15 to choose from. Wouldn't that be cool? It's like just scrolling down a huge list. I mean, that could really fill out a day if you want to get your first win of the day and everything. Then you really need to get a fruit basket, I think.
Yeah, this the one thing they've got to balance out on, and this is what they run into with WoW, I think, why they don't have like 10 different modes to choose. It's because if you have, 3 people in each of those games, then you can't get a full game of any of them. And they kind of have the clock to kind of deal with that.
Like
So
it'll
you
dilute.
would have to like dilute the pool for each map.
Okay.
So they would have to like make clocks longer for some. Maybe that's the way to do it. Like have these map styles, but only have 5 each day, and then the next day you have 5 new map styles.
And they rotate.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's ways to do it, and I
Yeah.
agree. More maps. That's great. That's one thing I
Yeah.
hated about LoL. It was like one map. That's pretty much all anyone plays.
Yeah. How about that? Like, I love the daily rotating game. It's
Yeah.
always crazy and weird, but it's really based on classes, like the gods. It's not based on gameplay, right? It's just a different combination of gods and say, money and gear. But that's all stuff that exists. I'd love to see different maps and different modes for that one day. Like one day we're going to play this wacky, weird, like Mr. Ison said, some alternating thing,
Yeah.
Like change everything.
Yeah.
That's what I would like.
That would be
you know?
cool. Yeah. Have
Yeah.
like 10 other maps that cycles through that.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a daily map of the day and then a daily game of the day.
Yeah.
Or something.
That way you get variety and it doesn't dilute the pool.
Because you can't get rid of my hoarder. I've now decided that is definitely my favorite. Like
Oh, yeah.
when hoarder is up, that's all I queue for.
And
Until I have.
what
a
was that
group.
one again?
They give you a lot of money.
You start with a ton of money. And,
You basically start with your full build.
oh yeah. Okay.
It's fun to play with weird builds.
Do you
like
start
that.
at level 20 or 1?
They change it up.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, sometimes it'll be arena, sometimes it'll be assault, sometimes it'll be they basically go through all the maps, but you start with a lot of money, like 120,000.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Order.
And here's a tip for when you do get hoarder: don't buy the starter item, the 750, the 800 item. Like that's for.
Oh yeah, the Vanguard.
I
stuff.
see it all the time though in hoarder. Like, and I'm sitting there. Come on, maybe it's auto build. Maybe it's doing it for him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you don't need it. It's a starter item that you're intended to sell when you get to your full build, or maybe not even full build. But
Do you know I never buy the starter item ever?
Really?
Yep.
It depends. Sometimes
I
I
never do.
But I always will sell it later if I do get one. But
it depends on my build. Like I get if I'm playing a Meiji class, I get the vampiric shroud. Because you get health back.
it's yeah.
So I think that's on assault. That's something very important.
And they it's more expensive now. It's 800 gold versus 750 gold as in this new patch.
Yeah.
So all those starter
You
items,
lose a potion.
the Vanguard and the Death Toll.
Yeah. It's basically what they said. It's important enough that you'll lose a potion.
You lose a potion.
It was 50 gold.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's kind of it for that.
Oh, and Captain Falcon in the chat room says you also have to remember that the gods are only balanced for conquest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
I never really thought about it like that, but yeah.
kind of seems like the main
true.
event is the conquest, but I know plenty of people personally that really only play like domination conquest. I mean, arena.
Yeah.
And totally ignore conquest because that's where you're gonna get yelled at. That's the one that's more intense. That one's the one that always feels longer and more like you're playing Monopoly versus like a quick game of like I don't know, Uno. There you go. I was gonna say Life, but that's equally as long. But you know what I mean. It feels like you're in for the long haul when you play conquest.
It's not checkers.
Yeah.
No? Parcheesi?
Checkers? I don't know. Whatever.
Zork.
One of those short games.
Zork. No.
Yeah. No, not Zork.
Oh my God!
That's a loud
Never
bumper.
gets old, right?
Never.
So this week we have a few nice links for you here. The first one here is from FB Sure from Reddit. And it's a new streaming template for the new design. So for streamers, you can download this template and edit it to your liking. So then you can put it up on your stream when you're playing, and it will hide the elements and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and it uses the new UI, right? From the new patch. So it fits perfectly.
Yeah, and it's got examples of them recoloring it so you can see how it looks in game and things like that. So nice little basis for a streaming view.
Yeah.
This next one is a set of MOBA roll wallpapers I found on DeviantArt. They're really cool. So like it has like the solo top and the solo mid, and obviously it's LOL focused. But at the same time, like I don't know, it kind of explains the roles in simple, like for instance, it has the solo top, push, roam, carry. I don't know. I thought they were kind of cool, so we'll put a link to those.
The AD carry, solo mid, nice.
And the jungler, Smite, gank, tax.
Yep.
So their ability in LoL is actually called Smite. That does damage to.
That's true. There's a Smite in WoW too, the Holy Priest.
So that's very cool. Those look awesome. The last one here was a post from H Johnny on Reddit, and it's basically they were asking for help on a good jungling route. So with all the changes to jungling, kind of making jungling more viable and more people doing it full time, I thought this would be a good thread for people to get ideas on how to actually jungle, which mobs to go to first, things like that.
Good. Yeah.
So, should be a lot of good tips there.
That is good, yeah. And then we had a video here. Is that the first one up there? Under Oh My God video?
No. That's an example.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll tell you later, man. It's okay. Don't let the weird text in the page confuse you too much. Well, I think we've done it again.
We have done it again.
We've
fellers.
wasted an hour of everyone's time. So yeah, I like that from Car Talk. I always love that when they said that at the end.
Oh yeah, is that what they said?
No, I'm doing it.
Excellent. So if you listened to this while you played Smite and you lost, I'm so sorry. But if you won, woohoo! Huh? Woohoo! There you go. And of course, we record this every week on Friday nights. Actually, right now it's Saturday, but it's special. But if you follow us at Dead Workers, we'll tell you when we're live. If you follow us on twitch.tv/deadworkersparty, it'll send you an email and it'll let you know when we're live, so you can be right here and you can talk to us in the chat room.
Yeah. Or if you have the Twitch app, it'll actually pop up and let you know if you have that set to let you
Yeah, that's
No.
always good
So
stuff.
you get like, oh, look, they're on. I will turn it on my phone if I'm watching the football game.
Yeah. And of course, you can follow us on iTunes, so you don't have to look at our faces. You can just listen to our throats. Are you listening to our throats? You're listening to the
weird.
vibration coming out of our mouths. But you can listen to us, subscribe on iTunes. Give us an iTunes review, too. That helps us get the show more visible and get up on the charts. Plus, it lets us know what we're doing right or wrong, because we read those, and we like those.
And if we get more codes to give away, we will pull from that list every once in a while from people who have left iTunes reviews in the past to win those. So
That's right.
You're basically entering into a drawing at some future date, potentially.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And you can join our community at deadworkers.com. And you can watch this video and other on Smite podcast videos on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/deadworkerson. Yeah. Bye. Real quick, bye. Hit it a bunch of times. I like when you do that. Bye.